For months leading up to a brutal attack in the small town of Dietrich, Idaho, 3 white high school football players were accused of hurling racist epithets at their black, mentally disabled teammate. In a lawsuit by the victim's family, the boy was often the target of racism and bullying. Members of the Dietrich High School football team allegedly called the victim racist names, such as Kool-Aid, Chicken Eater, Watermelon, and the N-word. John R.K. Howard, the accused ringleader of the torment, allegedly pulled up a Confederate flag on his computer while ordering the boy to recite the lyrics of an N-word-laced song called Notorious KKK. Dietrich coaches also allegedly encouraged other players to fight the boy, at one point knocking him unconscious while other students shouted racist catcalls. The boy was also allegedly on the receiving end of wedgies and being stripped of his clothing while teammates took naked photos of him. But the abusive behavior turned worse in October of 2015. According to court documents, the victim was lured under the pretense of receiving a hug from a teammate in the locker room. He was then bent over and had a coat hanger inserted and kicked in his rectum repeatedly. The victim's injuries were so bad, he needed to go to 2 hospitals for treatment. "I screamed," the boy testified. "I was pretty upset. I felt really bad, a little bit betrayed and confused at the same time. It was terrible, a pain I've never felt." The victim has also received psychological treatment for increased paranoia and agitation. Howard faced life in prison with his previous charge of forcible penetration by a foreign object. He pleaded guilty to the charge injury of a child, a lesser felony charge. The sex crime charges have been dropped. He will avoid prison and jail time. Deputy Attorney General Casey Hemmer said that if the case had gone to trial, prosecutors would have proved that Howard kicked a coat hanger into the victim's rectum after another football player put the hanger there. It was egregious behavior. It caused the victim a lot of suffering, but it is not, in my view, a sex crime, Hemmer said. "We don't believe it's appropriate for Mr. Howard to suffer the consequences of a sex offender. Howard will serve 2 to 3 years of probation and up to 300 hours of community service. If Howard completes the probation and doesn't commit any more crimes, his conviction will be removed." For FoxNews.com, I'm Rob Demetrius.